Today we're going to talk about CP Plus that was just held in Yokohama, Japan, the awards that were given, and why you should care. Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. So today is going to be an awards day, but I'm not winning an award. That's all right. Some major manufacturers have from CP Plus. Now, CP Plus is Camera and Photo Imaging Show, and that's out of Yokohama, Japan. Now, I talked to you guys about this a few vlogs ago, and I was telling you how as we get closer and closer to this show, more and more major manufacturers are going to introduce new products. And Canon did, and Fuji did, and Sony did. Nikon did not. Why? I don't know. But they did not. Anyways, this show is massive. It's like a photokina on the other side of the world, okay? It is a very big photo show, an imaging show. And there were some awards put out there, and these awards are really important. And I'm going to tell you why. But before I get into these awards, I want to ask that you go over to jchristina.com. Go check it out. I've invented some photography tools. There might be something there that's good for you. If there is, pick it up and support me. That would be awesome. Anyways, awards. Let me start out with last year's awards at CP Plus. Now, Canon pulls out the win with their EOS M6, as well as Fujifilm's X100F, and the Sigma art lens, their 135 f1.8 takes the win. And finally, in the accessory category, the Toshiba 256 gigabyte ultra fast UHS 2 SD card. So now looking at the 2018 awards, we see Sony taking the big win over Canon and Fuji for their SLR, their A7 Mark III. Now Fuji came out with their XH1 as well as Canon coming out with their EOS Kiss M. Here in the United States, it's called the EOS M50. Sony takes the win. That is really, really good. Now next, in the lens category, out of all the lenses, once again, Sigma pulls ahead with their art lens. This time, it's their 105 f1.4. That's 2 years in a row Sigma takes the win for lenses. Also, in their photo accessory category, we have Canon taking the win with their Speedlight 470 EX AI. Now, what does this mean for Sony? For me, I look at it as Sony being now solidified as a force to be reckoned with in the SLR industry. For many years, people looked at Sony as just being an electronics manufacturer, the people that make PS4 or the people that really screwed up on beta or whatever you want to call it, right? I think now they're being looked at more as a camera manufacturer, just like Canon and Nikon and the rest, which is really quite good for them. I think that's really going to boost up their numbers. Now, why do I think that Sony is the big winner here? Well, number one, obviously they took the main win for the A7 Mark III. But more importantly, Sigma takes the win for a lens, but that lens is also being created for the E-mount, for Sony's mount, right? So all of Sigma lenses are now moving over, their high-end pro lenses, their art lenses, are moving over into the Sony mount. That is fantastic if you are a Sony user. Also, just as of a couple of days ago, we have Tamron coming out with a Sony mount also. They're now producing this lens, which is the 28 to 75 f2.8. This is for the Sony E-mount. That is fantastic. That means that now we have two of the major manufacturers, third-party glass manufacturers, Sigma and Tamron, now specifically making lenses for the Sony mount. If you're a Sony user, these are great times. That means that you don't have to buy G Master glass to get really good glass, all right? You don't have to spend all that extra money. You can get better lenses sometimes on a third party than you can get from the manufacturer lenses. That has happened in the past many times, and now it's available to you without having to use like a Metabones or some other adapter that work and kind of don't work at the same time. I am not a fan of adapted glass. That's my personal opinion. I'm sure you have your own. So once again, like I said, seeing that Tamron has making that massive commitment to starting create glass specifically for the E-mount. They are seeing Sony now as coming up, as being that up-and-comer, that they are saying, well, you know what? We're going to put some of that R&D, that research and development cash, into lenses specifically for the Sony E-mount. So my question is, what do you think? Do you think Sony is the big winner, as I think they are here, especially with their A7 Mark III? And of course, seeing all of this glass that's up and coming for that specific mount, do you think that they're going to slowly start eroding that stronghold that Canon has on the populace when it comes to worldwide camera sales? They're still #1. Do you think Sony's going to be able to chip away at it? I personally think so. I really do. I haven't seen a lot of good things coming out of Canon as of late for quite some time now. And the things that they do come out with are more iterative instead of innovative. All right, and that is the major problem when it comes to Canon. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content as always. If you did, throw me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can get all my content when it becomes available, and click the notification icon so you can be notified when it does. And don't forget, as I always say, head over to my website, jchristina.com, where you can find a lot of photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there for you. Pick something up and support me. I would really appreciate it. That's it. We'll see you in the next vlog. Take care, guys.